Cody. I'm the drummer. Unfortunately, I'm the only one that you're going to get tonight because everybody else has prior engagement, working kids, and whatever. So
Living
sometimes
life.
life gets in the way. Yeah, exactly, right? So,
Awesome. So my first question is, how did you start out Thrown to the Wolves? How did you get into the band, and how did the band form?
all right. So I started the band with Kyle about 3 years ago, I'd say, give or take, and we started the two of us. Tried out a few guys. We didn't really have a name or anything. Sort of had like a basis of the first album, but nothing really solid. Then I decided I'd call out Billy. He's a good friend of mine from way back, and he's like, "Sure, I'd love to throw down some vocals." I guess, he was looking for a band at the time, so brought him out. He brought out James, our other guitar player. So that formed the four of us, and luckily, we had a couple bass players before we got Rob, and just randomly threw out an ad one day when we were looking for the new bass player. Rob applied on Kijiji. I met him in a parking lot, and the rest is history.
That must have been interesting. Just like not, I always find it interesting whenever I have bands on and how they meet. It's just like I can't even imagine how the interaction is like when you first meet that person. You've never met them. Like like pretty much like this when you've
Right?
only visualized them as like text on a page.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that must have been a fun, interesting interaction. I'm sure.
I had no idea what to expect, so it was good.
Awesome. So my next question is, what are some favorite venues you guys like to play at or go see shows at?
Personally, I we just recently played at the London Music Hall with IC Stars, and I'd have to
Sick.
say, like, that venue there is so well put together, and it looks awesome, sounds awesome, everything's so well laid out, and personally, that's my favorite venue. But I also like the little venues like Taco, what is it, Taco Joint, the Doors there in
Okay.
Hamilton. And so that's also one of my favorites. As for the band, I can't really speak for the other guys, but we seem to play the hard luck quite a bit. So maybe that's another one there that we can throw up on the list.
I actually went to Toronto last summer, and I went to Sneaky D's, which
Oh,
I think is a great place too.
right. Did you get their nachos?
I did get their nachos. I mean,
Right.
I had to. Everybody was like, "You gotta get the nachos there,"
Yep.
so I did. I splurged a little bit, got the
Right.
nachos. I had to get poutine too because I feel like that's like that quintessential Canadian dish. So
100%. Yeah, you definitely have to get it.
awesome. I'd love to just. And the reason why I asked like that sort of question is if I ever travel and I want to go see a show, like now I know firsthand from the people that go there a lot what venues to go to,
Yeah.
kind of plan my trip around. But my next question, to kind of follow up venues, what was the last show that you attended?
Last show that I attended. Oh man. Actually, fairly recently. What was the one that I attended? Kind of caught me off guard with that question. um, I think brand new probably when they came
Oh,
back through
sick.
town a little while ago. Yeah, that's probably my last one.
Who did it?
But
Was it just them, or was it like did they have like supporting bands?
unfortunately, I didn't even catch the supporting
Oh.
bands. We missed the train that night and just ended up catching them, but they were a blast to see, anyways.
I'm sure like they're just like that quintessential band from like this genre of music, so
Yeah.
that's super sick. But my next question is probably the most important question of this interview. What are some of your musical influences?
Well, I'd have to go back and dig deep in the vault and say probably Parkway Drive, maybe some Atreyu, August Burns Red, like the classic metalcore bands, right?
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that's generally like most of the band's influences overall. Now I go back, I listen to everything. Like my first album I ever purchased was No Doubt Tragic Kingdom way
Oh,
back in
sick.
1995, right? So I listen to a bit of everything, but yeah, definitely a metalhead and go that route.
I could tell like I try to do a little bit of recon before I do interviews. So I was checking out one of the songs you guys released, and I was like, man, this is like nostalgic, like metalcore era, like
Yeah.
Parkway Drive, like Carry On era, like August Burns Red, like Thrill Seeker, like just
Yeah,
definitely
for
like
sure.
that like quintessential like metalcore sound. So I definitely dig it a lot, and was not paid to say that, guys. So just so you guys know, it's super sick.
Sponsors.
Sponsored. Just make sure to wire me a little
Right.
later, but definitely super sick stuff. And that was like one of those things that I'm like, I've been missing a band like that, of just that nostalgic like vibes that I get from like, you know, old school metalcore, like stuff that I grew up listening to. So definitely dig it. But my next question to follow up influences, who have you been jamming recently? Like who's on your Spotify, whatever.
Oh man, you know what? My favorite is the Discover Weekly. Whatever pops up, like I love to listen to new stuff. Right now, let's see. Let's bring it up. What was I last listening to? You can look at it right now.
There you go. The magics of
Spotify.
technology.
How about this? Gob. Remember Gob back in the day?
Oh boy, we're going way
Classic.
back.
Here, look at it right there. I don't know if you can see it. The Mortos Vivos album.
Wow, yeah, that
Yeah.
is going back.
Right, exactly. So I mean, that's an example. I listen to a bit of everything. But right now, I am rocking some Adept. Under Oath, the new Under Oath is
Yes.
wicked. Of Mice and Men is also wicked. The new Defy album.
That
But yeah,
that's awesome. Are they coming to your area like on this new tour that they're doing with Vale, Dance Gavin Dance and Limbs, or no?
I'm hoping so. I believe there's a Dance Gavin Dance tour rolling through, so I would imagine they'd be all on that same bill. I'm not 100% sure the date, but I would imagine Toronto's on there because they hit the Montreal Toronto dates consecutively usually.
There you go. Well, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, you guys get
Yeah,
to see them because they're super sick. I'm seeing
love to
them.
get on the bill as the opener. That'd be amazing
Yeah.
too,
Oh, dude, that'd be
right?
ridiculous. Absolutely. I'm seeing them on Sunday, so I'm getting pumped to go see them. But
Okay.
my next question is fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what song would it be?
Okay. Tell you what. How about the song we cover right now that everybody seems to like? We
Okay.
do "Break Stuff" by Limp Bizkit.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so we do, I guess, our own rendition, like a heavier vocal version. We throw in a bass drop for the
Ooh.
breakdown at the end there. So it seems to get the crowd going. I've never not seen a pit for that song. So so
Do you have
that's one
any?
of the.
Do you have any other ones that like maybe the other rest of the band's like, I don't know, like, but you are like, yeah, let's do it, you know?
Okay, no. How about this? I'll put in the words of Billy. He wanted to do Seven Nation Army by White Stripes,
Ooh,
and
okay.
he likes that, but I don't know. I think it might be a little too overdone as a cover. You know what I mean?
I
So
feel you. You gotta have that like that perfect mix of like, okay, if you're doing an old song, like you just gotta have one that everybody like, you either have to go all in and like do one that everybody knows, like a Michael Jackson song or something just like out of the
yeah,
box, or you
yeah,
gotta do something completely obscure and be like, okay, let's make this our own. So
right. Yeah,
I get you on that totally.
for sure.
But my next question, we did speak about food earlier, but what is your favorite food to eat?
Tacos, love tacos, fish tacos, chicken, you name it, whatever. As
Anything
long
that
as it's in
comes
a shell,
anything
yeah,
that comes in a tortilla shell.
yeah.
There we go.
Throw it in there, get it down the gullet, and eat it up. It's good stuff.
We're long lost brothers. That's all I'm gonna say because I'm about those tacos, man. I'm all about that stuff. So
Brothers from other mothers.
there we go. There we go. Next question, man. If you could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether have like a guest vocalist spot on a record or a producer role, who would you choose?
Oh man, that's a good question. You know what? That probably varies for everybody in the band. I think we all have sort of our own influences.
Yes.
Personally, for me, I would love to go do like a collaboration, like a heavier, like you've heard the song "Dust in Our Lungs" off our album. It's got like a
Yes.
punkier feel. Like I'd love to do something like that with say like Travis Barker or like the classic Blink 182 era. You know what I mean? Do like a spice up version of that, but. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to say that probably.
Nice, nice. I mean, throwing it back, I like it. Gotta love
Right?
Travis Barker. He's like one of those like prime drummers, and he's still
Exactly.
around. So
Yeah.
it definitely can happen. So
Yep. Stays relevant for sure.
there we go. Next question: if there was another musical instrument that you could just like shred at, what would it be?
Well, here, I'll show you if I can turn this thing around. Some guitars.
There you go.
Yeah, I like to dabble. I'm not very good, but I can play some chords and some very simple songs. But like, I would absolutely love to learn piano too. I don't know a thing
Okay.
about piano. Like, if I was going from scratch, probably piano.
Nice, nice. Yeah, piano's beautiful. Maybe next Throne to Wolves record, we'll just have you do some
Oh man,
piano
it's
magic.
me hitting a snare drum with some keys in the background,
You'd be super talented,
right?
underrated drummer of all time, and just be like, you'd be like doing this, and then you just come around and like just play some keys. There we go. Just have like a circle of like. Awesome. My next question, my personal favorite question, I ask this of every band. If there was a video game character that you could be, who would you choose?
Oh man, okay, so probably Mega Man.
Okay.
Like the classic Mega Man. Like, who doesn't want to fire giant photon blasters with their hands, right?
That's true.
um,
Who
Now, if you
doesn't?
ask the boys in the band, I think probably like maybe one of the Avengers or something like that. Personally, I'm not too huge into the Avengers. I like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that, but definitely, yeah, I'd probably say the Avengers for the rest of the boys.
Just all they're the Avengers and then Mega Man.
Yeah,
Just dude,
yeah.
that'd be the ultimate crossover of all time.
Oh, it'd be perfect. Let
Awesome.
Nintendo know.
There we go. Awesome. Next question. In your opinion, who puts on a great live show in terms of like bands you've seen?
Oh man, A Day to Remember is absolutely killer live. I don't know if you've got a chance to see their live
Oh
show,
yeah.
but they rolled through. And they had the big house set up on the stage and everything. It looked like they were playing out front of their house on their front lawn. It was
I've
absolutely
I've
incredible.
seen them a few times. I saw them. I think it was in between Homesick and What Separates Me from You, and they were with
Yep.
Of Mice and Men with Austin still in the band, and then I think Chunk No Captain Chunk. So it was just a wild
Oh
tour.
wow.
And then more recently, I saw them on Self Help Fest, which is like, if you've seen, they do like those bunch of festival
Yep.
things. Dude, they like I don't care what anybody says. They just have like the best live show. Like they just have like
Yeah.
fireworks going off. They got like
It's
crazy
killer.
pyrotechnics, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
they're a band to see live if you haven't. But my next question is kind of the follow up. Favorite bands you've seen live. If you could compile a dream tour, who'd be on it?
Ooh.
This would
Um.
include your band, just
Oh,
as an
okay.
FYI.
Oh.
So
Well, I don't know if we'd have the honor of opening or headlining for some of these bands, but I don't know. Let's go back with like maybe a classic metal band. Oops, shaking screen here. And say like maybe Slayer. Throw Slayer on there.
okay, okay.
Then we can go maybe a little newer. Bring Me to the Horizon, but like the Sempiternal or like even like their earlier albums. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy their new stuff too, but let's say I say August Burns Red. Got to throw them on there. And let's see, throw a fifth band on there. You ever listen to Holly Springs Disaster?
Yes. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, classic. Throw them on there. Bring that album right back in.
Oh, that'd be wild. I feel like Slayer would be like, oh boy, like I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't know if we fit this bill, boys, but
we're getting paid to do it, so it's fine.
right, it would bring all the metalheads together.
I'm down for that. Next question, another fun one. Favorite TV show, favorite movie, of course.
Oh, favorite TV show? I'd have to go with Breaking Bad. I don't think I've ever binge watched something as hard as that. Just crushed every season all in one weekend. That's probably my favorite. Movie? That's a tough one, I'd have to say. I don't know. I saw A Quiet Place recently in theaters.
Ooh, oh,
Have you
man.
seen that? Incredible.
I have not seen it, and
Oh
I
my
also have
God.
not seen the Avengers. So now I gotta
Okay.
see both of them.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I definitely see A Quiet Place. I really enjoyed that movie. I don't know. Like I flop. Interstellar. You know what?
Yeah.
Interstellar just comes to the top of my head. I absolutely love that movie.
Awesome, awesome. Next question: if there was one album that you could listen to for a month straight, like a desert island album, what would it be?
Um, we'll say 4 years strong, and
Okay.
we're gonna go. I really enjoy their new Softer album, but I think if I had to bring one with me, probably I'd have to say 4 Year Strong, and we'll go with Rise or Die Trying, that album there.
That's such a classic record. Like I
Right?
saw them on their 10-year just recently, actually twice, because I saw them. They played like close to my house, and then they played also in Philadelphia, which is also close too. So I was
Right.
just like, let me just see it twice. Like I
They're
love that
absolutely
record.
incredible. Their live show is so entertaining. I got a chance actually. There's a city close to us called Kitchener, and they put on a little downtown festival called Koi Fest,
Cool.
and I was lucky enough. I got to see Miss May I front row. Everybody left, and then came back, and I ended up getting front row for 4 Year Strong, and it was like a $20 ticket. It was incredible.
Dude, that is so cool. Oh
Yeah,
man, that's and Miss May
front
I and
row
like 4 Years Strong, you'd never see them like in the same
ever,
like
right?
ever.
Two
Yeah,
completely different styles.
that's sick. It's called Koi Fest.
Koi
Tell
Fest.
them about your band Thrown to the Wolves, where they can find you at, and anything coming up in the next couple months.
We got a few shows coming up. May 11th, Newmarket. We got a few lined up for June and July as well. Catch our album on all of the streaming platforms, Google Play Music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, you name it. It's all up there. Go check it out.
Awesome. Well, go check the links in the description for Thrown to the Wolves. I got to give a shout out to James. He's the man. He's what
James
set
is a
this
good
thing up.
dude.
He is the boy.
Yeah.
Definitely shout outs to him. But go check out Thrown to the Wolves. Links are in the description, and there will be an end card. Yeah, there you go. I saw that. I thought that's sick as hell. So definitely go subscribe. There will be a thing at the end of the video. And if you enjoyed this interview, please subscribe as well. Hit that thumbs up, share it around. And thank you to Thrown to the Wolves for coming on.
Peace. Thanks a lot, dude. It's nice to meet you.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.